Hello viewers, I'm your host Hannah, and it's so nice to see all of you again. As you know, we sadly said goodbye to our beloved show, Korea.net Star Live, last Wednesday on our 15th episode. For me personally, it was a lot of fun meeting so many Korean creators and professionals and sharing all those stories with you, our viewers. So today, as announced in the last episode, we'll be looking back on season 1 of the show and reviewing some of its best moments. We'll talk about a few behind-the-scenes stories too, so please stay with us till the very end. Also, because it's our last show, we have lots, and I mean lots of gifts to give out. We have random quizzes along the way, and if you've been an avid fan of our show, the questions will be quite easy to answer. So please make sure to participate in our live chat for a chance to win between $30 and $150 worth of Amazon gift cards. Also, please share with us your favorite moments from season 1, as I will be giving out gift cards for those comments too. Wow, we already have 530 viewers with us today. Hello everyone, hello. It's so nice to see you again. Yeah, let's get this started. Okay, so before we dive into the quizzes and all the lucky draws, let's first take a moment to look back on all 15 episodes of Korea.net Star Live. Did you know we had 29 guests in total, and from different countries all over the world too. But I figured we should look at some of our Korean guests first, and we will show you a 1-minute highlight of all the Korean guests that have been with us since the very beginning. So let's take a look.
아기 상어 뚜루루뚜루. It has only like 2 words.
Yeah.
Usually you eat it during holidays when we're like traditional Korean families gather all together, and it's really sweet.
사랑이라고 나의 사랑이야.
Yeah, so maybe I think you should try something that is different. Instead of like a black jacket, I try to like a kind of brown.
How you like that?
When you eat the sundae, just you better just dip the sundae in the tteokbokki sauce. That's the best tip.
Right.
Oh, it's my favorite look. The brass doll.
Except you have to keep your eyes closed.
I drew the eyes. Include my eyes.
Anh thật thà mong nhớ một hình dung ở trong chân em, người bên em kề bên em bờ môi chát cho em nụ hôn. И даже это было зимой, но вообще мороженое вкус отлично было, поэтому я поделилась с Юном, ему тоже очень понравилось.
Wow, so many memories. It's been a while for me watching all of those clips. Yes, in the highlight clip, we saw Korean Onni, a creator who teaches Korean on YouTube, Koto, a K-pop cover dancer with over 2 million subscribers. DKDK TV was a Korean news and cultural channel, and we also had pansori singer Ko Young-yeol and surprise guest tenor John No on the show. We also had Kai, a Korean fashion designer representing Korean fashion, Koreanissima Elena, and Sarah from Authentic TV. Also, first-generation K-beauty creator Sin, Cherry Harry, a creator introducing Korea in Vietnamese, and also Korea's first show choir group, Harmonize, and Kyung Ha Min, one of the biggest Korean influences in Russia. It It was so inspiring to meet all of these creators and professionals who are introducing Korea and its culture through their various platforms. So yes, listing them all like this, I realized there are about 20 Korean guests that have come on the show with us. And yes, it's been an amazing journey. Now, of course, we cannot not mention the non-Korean creators who have been on the show with us from different parts of the world. Okay, so guys watching, this is your first quiz. Name 3 non-Korean guests and their nationalities in our live chat right now. We'll be giving out $30 Amazon gift cards to 3 lucky viewers. Anyone? Okay, so let me give you a few hints. Some of our non-Korean guests have been The World of Dave, Elena's husband, the 3 Musketeers from channel 354 or 354 channel, movie critic Pierce Conran, our honorary reporters. I'm basically giving you all the answers. So anyone? If you guys know the answer, hurry. And we have 3 $30 Amazon gift cards up for grabs. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay. So you don't have to mention 3. You just have to mention 1. But I see here runnin'. Oh, got it right. Lucky was indeed from India and Lara from Spain. Congratulations. Anyone else? I see a few now. Yes, so Meklit Berhane. We've seen you on our show several times. You got it right. Sammy, one of our honorary reporters, was indeed from Egypt, and Laura from Spain. And yes, so congratulations. And one more. You guys, I have to remind you, it's our non-Korean guests whose nationality you have to guess. Anyone else? Keep guessing. What about, Hannah, I love you. Yes. Ron, I love you too. Okay, here, one more Korean DNA. Sammy was indeed from Egypt. Okay, so congratulations to the 3 of you. $30 Amazon gift cards will be coming your way. But let me just remind you of the nationalities of the different guests we've had. Dave from The World of Dave is from the US. Carlos, Elena's husband, is from Brazil. Todd Sample from Authentic TV from the US. Lucky from India. Daniel from Germany. Alberto from Italy. Pierce Conran was from Ireland. And of course, Sammy from Egypt and Laura from Spain. So we had an international crew of guests joining us on the show. And I think that's what made each episode so much fun and exciting for me and for you guys too. Okay, so now that we've mentioned all our international guests, let's watch some highlights of our international guests on Star Live. We'll be back after the next minute. Dave, listen. Dave, listen. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's exactly the same as the photo.
So here we have jokbal with spicy green peppers, raw garlic, and then this is samjang, which is kind of a fermented paste that
bean paste.
Bean paste that you eat with everything.
뭐가 안 돼? 뭐가 안 돼? What? 읊조려?
읊조려 보거라.
It sounds like
It just broke my heart.
Oh, Daniel's heart's broken.
Yeah, my heart's
We should have done drinking game.
There's other words for this as well. You know, there's like parody, there's like pastiche, and there's also just plain stealing. So it's not always clear what one is.
Don't steal, guys.
2002. You know why?
Why?
Because in 2002,
대한민국.
Yeah, it's like a robot. It's a robotic.
Okay, and we're back. So that was a recap of all of our international guests on the show. And yes, I'm flooded with memories of the past 4 months. It was so nice meeting all of these creators and professionals who are working very hard to share their knowledge of Korea with a global audience. So there was Dave, for example, who appreciates the beauty in the old and loves collecting vintage Korean items. Remember, he brought us some of the items from his collection. And there was also Pierce Conran, who's probably watched more Korean movies than most Koreans in the room. And in the last episode, there was Sammy, our honorary reporter who writes columns about Korea to share with Arabic readers. And I have no doubt that as much as I enjoyed meeting all of these creators and influencers, you guys learned something about Korea and their countries as well through the program. Okay, so let's move on to hearing from you guys what your special memory is from the program. So we'll be giving out $50 for this particular question. So please let us know your favorite memories from the show now that you've had a recap, and I will be picking a few lucky winners. I already do have one person that I saw earlier, and that was Francis Monsterio, who said your favorite memory was Sammy and Laura because I'm an honorary reporter too. This is really cool. We have over 2,000 honorary reporters working with us. And so yes, it was nice to meet some of our honorary reporters on the show, and nice to hear that you are part of our family. So $50 to you, Francis. Woo! Okay, let's see who else. Harmonize. Here. This is somebody that I think I remember. 이주영님. She said, Harmonize 버전으로 편곡한 곡을 불러주셨을 때 가장 좋았어요. And I agree. Some of our musical guests and the episodes that we had with them were some of my most treasured memories as well. Let's see. Yes, a lot of you are sending in your special moments from the show. Honestly, like each episode was special in its own way, but I think a lot of people did enjoy listening to the music. Okay. Let's see. Shall we? That's true. So 혜린 Kim said 354 멤버들이랑 삼행시 한 거 너무 재밌었어요. I agree. So maybe one for 혜린. Congratulations. So this stands out in my memory too, because I remember for Daniel, who's from Germany, one of our viewers wrote a poem for him in German, and Daniel loved that. And so that was a very good way to interact with the guests. Yes, and one more. Hey Jude. Hey Jude Yang. Hi, Hey Jude Yang. So this is somebody who's really participated in a lot of our episodes. And Hey Jude said, 고영렬님 나왔던 거 아침부터 귀호강. This was very true for me too. I was blown away by his amazing voice. Even though Ko Young-yeol, the singer, he said that it was kind of hard for him to sing so early in the morning. But for me and for everyone else in the studio, it was, wow, it was amazing. A private concert with Ko Young-yeol. Okay. All right, so I think we will move on. We'll come back to your favorite moments in a bit. But let's see. Now that, we have already started talking about the music that's been on our show, we cannot forget about all of the guests that sang for us and the viewers on the program. So I think in terms of the surprise factor, I have to mention episode 7 with Koreanissima Elena. If you remember, she was on the show with her fiancé Carlos, and I think maybe a little behind-the-scenes story that you guys may want to hear was that it was actually a surprise serenade. It wasn't Elena acting surprised. We had a private meeting with Carlos before the show. Carlos and Elena had separate scripts, so Elena had no idea. And yes, she seemed genuinely surprised and maybe a little embarrassed that Carlos sang 호랑나비 on the show with that red sequined jacket. She was like, oh my God, Carlos, make it stop. But she was smiling. So yes, success for our surprise serenade with Elena. And that episode was really fun for me too, because so many fans from Brazil tuned in. So there was a lot of Portuguese on our live chat that day, which made the show a little bit different from how it usually was. Okay, so this is the cue for another quiz. So as I mentioned, Carlos sang 호랑나비 on the show, and there were many other songs that have been sung on the show through the 15 episodes. So for this corner, we'll be giving out $30 Amazon coupons to maybe 5 or 6 viewers who are with us. Please tell us which songs were heard on Korea.net Star Live over the course of the past few months. So any songs you remember, please leave it in the comment, and let's see what you guys remember and can come up with. Rina Lee says, 좋은 게스트들이 많이 왔지만 그 누구보다 빛나고 고생한 사람은 바로 DJ HANA. I agree. But it was really a great opportunity for me hosting this show, and yes, I learned a lot on the job, I think, but also meeting the creators was amazing. So thanks, Rina, for the words of encouragement. But yes, let's see. I'm seeing some of the songs come up. Is it okay to give it to the same person twice, or should I try to keep it a little interesting? Let's see. So, Hanan Salah. So, Hanan Salah, you guessed it right. Most recently, Laura, when she came on the show, she sang You Are My Everything by the singer Komi. And yes, it was really beautiful, her voice. Anyone else? Here you go. Helen J, you got it right too. Cherry Harry sang 10 Minute by Ihuri, but it was a Vietnamese version of 10 Minutes, so that was really fun too. And she kind of like suddenly turned into a diva on the spot, so that was fun to watch. Okay. You guys are forgetting, but from way back, Koyoungyeol and John No, they sang a lot of songs. So maybe if you recall some of the songs from then. And the songs from Harmonize, if you guys remember. 갑자기 기억이 안 나시나요? Let's see. 호랑나비. So a lot of you guys are saying, can you talk about you, DJ HANA? I don't know. So ask me questions. What do you want to know? But yes, Runun says Lion King, but that's not enough. You have to mention the specific song. And Mclit also Showman. That's close, but not the title of the exact song. Oh, that's right. Hyun, Harmonize, Circle of Life. This is correct. And Circle of Life was the song that made Harmonize a viral sensation on YouTube because they sang the song at a restaurant in South Africa, if you remember. And funny story. So the restaurant that Harmonize ate at that day was a restaurant that I used to go to often because I grew up in South Africa, for those of you who didn't know. So that was a funny coincidence. They have very good food there. And on the day that Harmonize was there, very good music too. So yeah, I'm sure it was an amazing experience for everyone. Oh, anyone else? You guys are mentioning the same few songs. You Are My Everything, Call Me, The Circle of Life, 10 Minute. What did John No sing? Anyone? Yes, Hyun, I did live in South Africa, but I thought you knew this. Okay. Let's see. Hana Sala, thanks for choosing me. No problem, you guessed it right. And Hey Jude. 근데 노래 제목 기억이 안 나요. Shall we move on or come back? What should we do? I think maybe it's better to come back. Hey Jude, 하나님이 진행하시면서 제일 개인적으로 기억 남는 에피소드는 뭔가요? I think all of them. I really enjoyed meeting all the guests and doing my homework, which means watching a lot of YouTube, which is a lot of fun because these creators, have such great content up on YouTube. But I think for me personally, I did like the musical shows just because I could sit back and enjoy a concert for an hour. So that was amazing. The Harmonize episode was great. So was the Koyoungyeol episode. And a lot of our guests, even though they're not singers, they sang for us. So Laura sang for us, Carlos sang for us. There was, and of course, Koto, he danced for like 30 minutes on the show. So thanks to Koto for that. And Chili Lin says, yes, I liked when Dave used the speakerphone. Oh, that's really true. He had his little megaphone with him to show us his little party trick. So that was fun. Okay. 정수형님 says, 하나님 하모나이즈 분들 직접 들으면 어떤 느낌인가요? So, as you can imagine, it was like sitting front row at a concert. 8 of them joined us on the program that day, and they're just so full of energy, and a lot of the songs that they sang were very exciting. So for me, just like sitting there on the side, it was great. It was like having like a VIP seat to a really great concert. So that was really fun. Okay. All right. Speaking of Harmonize, I think we're going to move on from the song quiz. We'll come back. So as I mentioned, when Harmonize was on the program, 8 members of Harmonize joined us. But as you know, Harmonize usually has, I think, over 25 members on the team because they have to do like a whole stage production, they're dancing and all that. But so yes, usually we ask the guests to kind of reduce the number for the show because of limited seating. But on that day, there were 8. Now, this is the big prize of the day. So listen up. Why did Harmonize come on the show with 8 members? Why were there 8? If you know the answer, this is a tough question, so we will be giving $150 of Amazon gift cards. So, why are there 8 members of Harmonize on the show? Can anyone guess? 맞아요. Hey Jude, 전체 팀은 엄청 많던데요. 맞아요. 원래 한 25명 정도 되는데 그날은 8명이 왔었죠. 제일 친한 사람들끼리 온 건가요? 정수영님. Wrong answer. Anyone else? 에이스들이 모였나요? 아니요. 딴딴딴. 이주영님, 그때 팀워크가 가장 좋은 멤버들. 팀워크는 물론 좋았지만 그게 이유는 아니에요. 출연료가 한정돼 있어서 could be, but not the right answer. Anyone? Oh, okay. Somebody has the right answer. So, I think Angela P got the right answer. There must be at least 8 people to sing the chorus. So yes, $150. Congrats, Angela P. That's right. So they needed the 8 members for all the different parts of the song, and so that's why they were 8. And 정수영님 says 저희도 8명 모이면 할 수 있으려나요? 글쎄요. With a lot of practice, perhaps. Yes, so this is why there were 8. And congratulations to Angela P once more. And yes, let's see. Okay, now let's move on. I'm sure every one of our viewers can agree. Our program was a very interactive show where we had the guests, but thanks to you guys and the comments that you sent us, the show was always a little more exciting and enjoyable. And so why don't we look at some of the top 5 moments from the program? Okay? All right. So, as you know, we have an hour for the program, so we couldn't read out all of the comments. And there were a lot of comments when we looked at after the program, we felt like we had missed. For example, on the Kyungha Min episode, Hey Jude, actually. Hey Jude said, I had no idea she had 700,000 subscribers. Wow. And yes, Kyungha Min is an influencer in Russia and in Russian-speaking countries. And one behind the scenes story for this is that even though Kyungha has so many subscribers, I think our program started at 11 and the time difference made it such that in Russia it was like 4 or 5 a.m. And yes, and so it was difficult for all of her subscribers to watch the show, but luckily they tuned in to the reruns. So yes, so Kyungha's fans joined us that way in the reruns. And yes, hey Jude, you are here with us today and you were here with us then. Actually, a lot of our viewers today joined, I think, almost every episode. And so, yes, thank you to you guys for being such loyal fans of the program. Okay. And let's see, from the Sinnim episode, Lindy's bookshelf said, I love her voice. It's so soft. And yes, it's true. There were a lot of comments that people left about Sinnim's voice. It's like a very husky voice. And yeah, people really love that. 밀크티님, 아침이라서 morning voice. Yeah, it could be because it was so early in the morning, but I think Sinnim, if you watch her stuff on YouTube, she does naturally have quite a husky voice. That's kind of her trademark, you know. So yes, and what was fun was listening to Sinnim talk in English, because I think when people switch languages, they have a slightly different voice, or at least some people do. And so for her, it was, yes, a fun little program in English, different than usual. Okay, let's see. From the Kehani episode, or Kathleen Kai, remember our fashion designer who joined us on the program? One of the comments that was left on that episode was by somebody with the nickname TRBTS Jimin, an army, I'm assuming. He or she said, I came from Ali Ertugrul TV. That TV suggested me this channel. I love Korea's culture. I love its architecture, food, and traditional Korean dress, hanbok. Korean culture draws my attention, and I love Korea. I'm learning Korean, so this channel will be useful for me. Oh, yeah, I mean, this is the kind of comment that, you know, really makes us work harder each episode to bring you guys more quality content about Korea and Korean culture. And yes, on the Kai episode, we were able to take a glimpse into, you know, the life of a fashion designer who's, you know, had her collection shown at New York Fashion Week and in Seoul as well. And if you remember, I was dressed, you know, a little different than I usually am dressed that day, just for Kai. So yes, that was a really fun episode too. Next, 고영렬 and surprise guest John No. Sunmin Jo, right after the episode went up on YouTube, she said in Korean, 풀 영상으로 올려주셔서 감사드립니다. 한국을 사랑하는 한 사람으로서 국악을 널리 알리고 싶다는 영열님의 말씀에 감동받았습니다. 존노님과의 케미도 너무 좋아요. 앞으로 쭉쭉 뻗어 나가시도록 응원하겠습니다. 카네기 홀에서도 공연하셔야죠. Thumbs up. So yes, oh my gosh. So the 고영렬 episode, there were so many fans, and from what I gather, 고영렬 and John No, both of them, they have a huge fan base, and all of those fans from their respective fan cafes came to us, and we had thousands of comments uploaded that day. I think it was one of those fans who told me about 고영렬's ring on his finger while he was playing the piano. So yes, I got a lot of extra information from his loyal fans that day. So yes, we are certainly all rooting for 고영렬 to perform at Carnegie Hall one day. And I'm pretty sure on the day of the episode, I told him that I expect front row seats at Carnegie Hall when he performs there. So yes, 고영렬 씨. 카네기 홀, 네, 그래서 공연하시면 VIP 티켓 부탁드려요. Okay, next. Koto, the Koto episode, I think that was episode 2. Hyunjang-nim said, Koto is amazing. He truly got into dance, and I really enjoyed his content as a subscriber. Yes, Koto, even though he was kind of shy when we played the music and he started dancing, wow, so much energy and passion and devotion to K-pop. He's quite something. And it was funny because he's usually such a shy person, and then you turn on the music and he just like turns into this like dancing machine. So that difference in personality was kind of fun to watch. Yes, so the Koto episode. Yeah, Angela P. Goto is really crazy when he dances. It's true. He's quite something. Okay, next, Cherry Harry. KC Adventures. She said, I also love Korean food. It's been a part of our household since then. So yes, these kinds of comments were very interesting as well. Thanks to an influencer introducing Korean content, Korean food, Korean culture. Some of her fans are now eating Korean food as like a daily meal, and that's always nice to hear. I think, yeah, thanks to those cultural ambassadors, our worlds are coming closer together, and I think a lot of our guests mentioned that for them it's very important to act as a bridge between cultures. And yes, I certainly hope that this program provided a sort of bridge between cultures and between different areas of expertise as well. Okay, all right, time for some more giveaways. I think I am supposed to pick some comments now that I like. Let's see. Hey Jude, do you know DJ HANA? Yes, I know myself, I think. Hey Jude, is there a coupon for Hey Jude? Hey. Hey Jude Yang. Hey Jude Yang. Yes, thanks for the comment from, what was it, the Kyunghwa Min episode, and all of the episodes that have been aired before. Thanks for being a loyal subscriber. And who else? Cherry Harry is so cute, GYB Asia TV says. I agree. She apparently collects clothing that has cherries on it. It's like her thing. So yeah, she was very, very cute. Let's see. Did I give one to 정수형님? So a $30 Amazon gift card for 정수영님, who said, 옛날에 라디오 듣던 시절이 기억나네요. 이러아련 너무 좋습니다. 감사해요, DJ 하나. 네, 맞아요. 저희가 원래 처음에는 약간 보이는 라디오 컨셉으로 이 프로그램을 시작했는데 이제 갈수록 이런 건 사라지고 소파에 앉아서 한 날도 있고 그랬죠. But yeah, it was really nice pretending to be DJ HANA and a radio DJ for the past 4 months. It's been a lot of fun. Anyone else? People are uploading comments in Spanish. Pero se tiene que contar. I don't know what this means. I wish I understood what this means. Okay. 정수영님, he also said 고태경님은 보면 그냥 너무 웃기셔요. I agree. It's kind of funny because he doesn't say much. He's not like super talkative, but he was a funny guest to have on the show. And 정수영님 also said 코리아넷 덕분에 Do you know Psy, Do you know BTS에 이은 Do you know 고영렬이 가능할 것 같네요. 그러니까요. An interesting. Let's give one to Helen J. I love all of the episodes that you've mentioned. Let's see. 이주영님 says, 신님이 나왔었는지는 몰랐네요. 아쉬워요. So for the episodes that you've missed, all of them are up on our YouTube channel. So yes, please take a look at our channel for any of the episodes that were uploaded since July. So you can check those out there. Okay. All right. I think it's time to move on. Also, I think my pad is at 10% battery, so I think maybe it's good to speed things up. Okay, so let's go on to our next segment, which we've titled the Star Live Awards. So, as you know, we're reaching the end of the year 2020. It's been a strange year, but nonetheless, it's almost award season. And so we figured we couldn't say goodbye to Korea.net Star Live without giving out some superlatives or awards for all of the guests that have been on our show. So viewers, you'll be the judge and give awards to those guests who made Star Live entertaining and fun. And we'll be giving out Amazon coupons to people who participate in the comments, so please join us in the discussion to pick who we should crown. So, I have something here. Dun dun dun. So, okay, let's move this cup. There you go. So, we have here all 29 guests that have been on our program. And my first crown will be given to the guest who had the most real-time streaming views. So please, viewers who are with us now, please guess which guest had the most real-time streaming views, as in the most viewers join us for the live program. Any guesses? You guys aren't guessing. 맞아요. 정말 많이 출연을 하셨어요. 근데 이 중에서 동시 접속자 수가 가장 많이 나온 게스트를 맞춰주시면 됩니다. Any guesses? 정수영님 says it's 고태경? Nope. Who was it? Who was it? Someone guessed it. So, you're right in guessing that it was Harmonize, runnin'. So the crown for the most real-time streaming views goes to, where are they? Harmonize. Where do I put the crown? There you go. So, woo! Congratulations, Harmonize. Next, let's guess which guest had the most real-time comments. I think I already gave a little bit of a hint for this one. Which guest had the most comments? Hey 주드님, 몇 뷰 나왔나요? Harmonize had 3,550 people real-time streaming. Yeah, so that's the answer for Harmonize. Someone guessed it right. The guest with the most real-time comments was 고영렬 and John No. So congratulations, Chili Lin. As I mentioned, they have a huge fan base. Oh, look at that. That looks good on him. Their entire fan base came and joined us during the live chat. So as expected, John No and 고영렬 as the guests had the most real-time comments. Okay, now the next 5 crowns we're going to give. There's no right answer. It's up to you to decide which crown goes where. So for the 3rd crown, let's pick the funniest guest. Who was the funniest guest on Korea.net Star Live? Anyone? Who was the funniest? And yes, Angela P, you're right. Mr. Go played the piano on the show, and that was quite unforgettable. Who made you laugh the most during the program? 고토? Dave? 고토? DK TV? Laura? Who should we crown? 고토. 체리해리, 고토. Oh, I think 고토 is the winner. Oh, so let's say here. Yam Style. Among many others who picked 고토 as the funniest guest on the show. So let's find 고토. Oh, here he is. Oh, look at that. That looks really good on his head too. Okay, next. The best reaction. Which guest had the best reaction on the show? As in, who had the most exciting facial expressions and reactions during the talk show? 정수영님, 저는 지금이 제일 재밌어요. 네, 감사합니다. Here's a crown for 정수영님. Okay. Anyone? Who do you think was the guest with the best reaction? Come on, guys. Who had the best reaction? People are saying 신님. 신님 had the best reaction. Le Top says DJ HANA had the best reaction. I agree, but I'm not on here, so no crown for me. Shin, DJ HANA, 채널 354. That is true. They did have really good reactions. 354. Laura with Spanish had good reactions. I agree. Laura had really good reactions. Lindy's Bookshelf says, kind of hard, but I liked Korean 언니 with the best reactions. People are saying Lucky, Sin, Lucky. Who should it go to? Sin. I'm seeing a lot of Sin. So I think we are going to have to go with Sin and Natalia O, among many others. Congratulations, $30 to you, and a crown for Sin. Okay. Oh, here she is. Wow, everyone looks really good in these crowns. Okay, next. Cultural Ambassador Awards. So which guest helped you as a viewer understand Korean culture better? Or the culture of another country, it doesn't really matter. So viewers, please let us know. Fun Panda Forever says Dave. Dave should win the Cultural Ambassador Awards. PD Bell says Semi should win the cultural awards. Dave. Daniel from Germany. Cherry Harry, Dave. Who should win this award? Todd Sample, Dave. Okay, so I think this one should go to Dave, I'm thinking. Lots of votes for Dave. And Fanda Forever. Congratulations. And let me get this crown on Dave's head. Where is Dave? Oh, here he is. Congratulations, Dave. The crown is a bit big for Dave, isn't it? Okay, next one. Who was the sweetest, the friendliest? Who was the guest that you thought was the sweetest or the friendliest on the show? Congrats. Koreanissima. Ah, that's very true. Koreanissima was very friendly and sweet on the show. Cherry Harry, Laura, Sammy. Is that it? Sweetest, friendliest. Cherry Harry, Laura, Sin, Korean 언니, Laura, Koreanissima. Laura with her sweet voice. This is kind of split. Cherry Harry. Let's see. I think it's kind of a split between Cherry Harry and Laura. So why don't I give one to each? Yeah? GYB Asia TV and Laura. Via. So, $30 gift cards to GYB Asia and Via Vlog, and crowns for Laura and Cherry Harry. Where is Cherry Harry? Oh, here she is. Okay, Cherry Harry and Laura. Okay, here she is. Okay, very nice. And last but not least, the most unforgettable guest. I think this is kind of subjective though, because obviously we each have our favorites. But I'll do it based on the most number of votes. Who was the most unforgettable guest? It doesn't have to be male, male or female. Who was the most unforgettable? Run says, Cherry Harry looks like the Queen of Vietnam. She certainly does. Most unforgettable guest was Sammy. Was it Koto? Does Koto get 2 crowns? Sammy sweet했어요. Should we give it to Sammy? Harmonize, Koto, Koreanissima, and Carlos. I guess, yes, Sammy. Sammy it is. And the gift card will go to, let's see, who picked Sammy? One more for 정수영님 for being such a, no? Okay. Okay. But I agree. Samosa channel, DKDK TV, Sammy. It's overwhelmingly Sammy. Maybe, did we give one to Caddy Drawing? Also to Caddy Drawing. Okay. All right, let's find Sammy. There you have it. So those are the kings and queens of Star Live, the Star Live Awards for 2020 Season 1. Congratulations. Honestly, if I had more crowns, I would give crowns to all of our guests just because they've been so fantastic on the show. But yes, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. It was really nice seeing all of you guys again on the show, and I was only supposed to do like 30 minutes of this final program, but it's almost been an hour. But yes, to almost 500 of our viewers who have been listening to me ramble on about the program, thank you so much. And yes, unfortunately, the time has come for me to say goodbye to Star Live Season 1. Thank you so much to all our viewers for watching the past 15 episodes, and thank you to our guests as well, who've been with us since the beginning of July, all the way through autumn here in Korea. As I mentioned before, this show meant a lot to me because it was my first time hosting a live show. And yeah, it was a huge bonus being able to meet so many talented people along the way. So yes, I hope all of you guys had as much fun meeting our guests as I did. And yes, thank you to our viewers for adding so much energy and excitement to the program each Wednesday for the past 4 months. So I think that's it for me. I hope to see you in Season 2. But yes, I expect I'll be somewhere on YouTube, so I hope to see all of you again soon. And I wish you a happy rest of the year. I think that's it for me. Bye-bye. Bye.